Hey, you're watching The Press Row. I'm Jenny here with Barry. Let's talk a little college hoops, Barry, and a story that has been speculated on a lot in, recent years is Travis Ford's job security at Oklahoma State. We've seen him continue to be the coach of the Cowboys even as they've struggled and really kind of faltered in recent years. But Pat Forty, who reports nationally, has put out a story looking at high-profile jobs that he thinks could come open everywhere from Louisville to Indiana. But he includes Oklahoma State on that list, which I think some people might be surprised by, myself included, because I think Oklahoma State's a little bit of a struggle right now, but he does talk about it in pretty high terms when you're talking about Louisville, Indiana, among those teams that he would include Oklahoma State with. Yeah, and you know what? Here's what we forget. Oklahoma State does have a proud basketball tradition. It is held in high regard across the country. It's a school that made the Final Four in '95, school that made the Final Four in '04. It's got a basketball pedigree, but some things have changed, including the ascension of Oklahoma State football, which has made it a tougher sell for the basketball crowd, and the fact that the Big 12 has gotten much, much better, and Travis Ford, on a down year this year, is languishing in ninth place. Yeah. So I think it really just comes down to money. If Travis Ford had a manageable contract, I think he would be out after this season. However, he still has 3 years left on his contract, $2.4 million a year, $7.2 million the Cowboys are going to have to commit unless they want to keep Travis Ford or negotiate a settlement. Talk of a settlement agreement last year at the end of the year, a season, by the way, in which OSU did make the NCAA tournament. So I think there will be talk about it, but I think at the end of the day, it's going to be a long, hard swallow for the Cowboys to put up that much money to change basketball coaches. Well, and I think you have to remember, too, one of the names that Pat Forty mentioned in his piece about those possible high-profile jobs opening up was Gregg Marshall at Wichita State, and his name has been linked to the Oklahoma State job a couple of times previously. A lot of people believe Marshall has higher aspirations to maybe one of those really premier, upper crust jobs. So how much is it going to take to lure him out of Wichita State, even though the Shockers are down a little bit this year and maybe he hasn't got the opportunity that he thought was coming his way just yet? How much would the Cowboys have to pay him annually to get him to come to Stillwater? And they're still paying Travis Ford $2.4 a year. And as a football school, how's that going to set? If football's really driving your bottom line, and they're talking about possibly spending, $4 million a year, $5 million a year paying basketball coaches, some who are coaching, some who are not. Is that money better spent on football? That's a real tough question that they're going to have to wrestle with in Stillwater, I think. Yeah, it's in a lot of ways, it's a financial mess. If you do go get a high profile, personally, I don't think Gregg Marshall's coming to Stillwater. There was talk that he wasn't interested in going to Austin last year. He's waiting on the kind of job you're talking about, primarily maybe North Carolina. He's back from the Carolina area. So if you get a Gregg Marshall type, you're talking about a lot of money. Yeah. You're talking about paying a basketball salary bigger than what you're paying the football salary. When you combine the two, that's to me, non-starter anymore. It's madness. Yeah. So Mike Holder has some long, hard decisions to make, and it might be that he just says, hey, let's get better in basketball, Travis, and let's win next year. Well, and Barry, you've said this before, and I think it holds true. Oklahoma State went out to try to become a football school. And they did. They succeeded. Yeah. Good job. And now they're sort of struggling with those new realities when it comes to basketball. We'll see how it all plays out here as this season winds down.